Hello, everybody. I am told we are live. So welcome. It is Sunday, and that means we're going to be running another session episode of Like Clockwork. So for those of you who are joining us, welcome, welcome. Really excited to get into today's session. Just a quick admin note. Alex is not with us today. She plays, of course, Perunia. She's just not feeling so well, a little under the weather, so she is going to sit out and take care of herself. And of course, we encourage that of everybody. So,
yes.
So she will not be joining us, and Perunia will take a little bit of a backseat today. All right, so what else do we have going on? We have, I think not this weekend, but next weekend is our big streamathon, right?
Nope. Two weekends, because my birthday is next week, and that's the 4th, so it'll be the week after.
So the week of the 10th.
So this weekend, because we're at the end of this weekend, I guess that's what's messing it up, huh? Because, yeah, it's the weekend of the 10th. So I'm thinking, like, we're done with the last weekend, even though we're kind of still in it. And so I was thinking this weekend and then next weekend. You know, the vagaries of language. I've always said that this is not the best form of communication. The best form of communication would just be mind melding with people, and then everyone would just understand. But we don't have that yet, so we got to use this to explain all the mysteries of the universe with a language that can't even express to people why it is important to leave the toilet seat down. But you know, that's what we got. So in any case. So we have that, the streamathon. So right now, you can go to our Discord and sign up for one of the mini games that we'll be running because this is for the community. So people, please come in, sign up, play something with us because that's what we want. We want you to join us and let's all play together. So
36 hours of gaming you can sign up for.
36 hours. Well, I think the last 4 hours they can't sign up for, right? Because that's
true. There's a couple of games that are like the reunion special for D&D. There's a couple things that we have planned out that were already in place, but I'll say like 28 hours ish.
Yeah. Sign up for. Aren't we the end of it too? Like we're the ending game.
Yep.
Yes.
So we're gonna be doing
also,
a lot of and raising. It's a fundraiser as well. There's going to be a giveaway every stream at least, but some streams are going to have bigger giveaways, which is really cool. So yeah, tune in and join our Discord and hang out and sign up for a game. Come play with us.
That's right. And we've got to explain that it's actually 37 hours by our tech. So if you're a technical person, like you're the technician, you can say technically and then a thing, and it's not actually patronizing or condescending because that's just like your job, you know.
I also I think 36 hours of gaming because 1 hour is a panel. So
ooh, take that. All right. She did say only 36 hours of gaming. The streamathon will run, I guess, 37 hours, and you know, there we go. So before we kick off, does anyone else have any announcements? John?
I have a question actually for Sarah. All the Kickstarter surveys are out, right? Have you gotten a lot of responses?
Yeah, we've almost done them all actually. I was surprised by how quickly it happened. So almost up, almost there.
Yeah.
Starting to place orders for our backer rewards, so that's really cool.
I'm so excited.
Me too. Real excited.
Yep.
Yeah, Danny, thanks. Thanks for making something awesome.
Well, on that note, if there are no other announcements to be made, then without further ado, I think it's time. right. So when we last left off, we were traveling through the desert on camelback, and on the morning of, I believe, the third day of travel, there was a little bit of a commotion, a ruckus, as one of the camels had strayed too close to perhaps a den of poisonous snakes, and that caused a little bit of excitement and trouble. However, they quickly dispatched the snakes and went about their business. Later, it was that Lox managed to kind of get this gnome that was hanging out with this mysterious sort of aristocrat guy that was at the very end of the caravan, to kind of ask what was going on. And the gnome was actually quite forthcoming. Basically said, hey, I found some ruins. This nobleman guy, aristocrat guy, nobles in Baishan, but he was really interested in that, and so he's like paying me to take him there so he can have a look himself, and then like who knows what he's going to do after that. It's going to be a thing. And so Lox let the rest of the folks know. Later on, while Shaylun was on her kind of on a walkabout, I think you weren't, it wasn't during the guard, it was before then. It was just kind of, you were
I went to go ask about the Oasis.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as she's walking back, she rolled amazing on a perception test and overheard the two guard folks kind of discussing something that she immediately tied to this gnome, and she pretty much deduced that they were going to murder him afterwards. So they quickly devised a plan to, during their guard shift, do the absolute anathema of guards, which is to go ahead and pilfer the people they're guarding. So they did that. That is a thing they did. And they managed to get into the guy's tent.
Hey, Panabon, high five!
And steal a bunch of books and make off with them with none the wiser, at least until the morning.
They wouldn't even let me leave a calling card. It's very sad. Normally I leave a calling card.
We don't want to answer the phone.
All right. So with that, the guard shift, of course, I want to say it's someone stayed up. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I believe it's going to be, was it Lox and...
For guard?
No, not for guard.
So
Shaylun stayed up all night, like period.
I did not.
So she is exhausted. I think it's maybe Petunia and Panabon, right?
I rolled like a 14 on that or something, so I don't know how that affects it. But like, I went to bed after I stole the books, and I hit like.
Were you up before?
No, because we did it during guard shift, so I had like a little rest before. I just keep my eyes open when Shay's instructing me how to steal things, so it was fine.
I was just feeling like someone besides Petunia and Shaylun didn't sleep during both of their periods of sleep. Someone was up for an extra one.
I recall you making them, Petunia and Panabon, make rolls, but I don't know what your intention was because you're the DM and I'm not.
All right. Well, if I had them make rolls, then I had them make rolls.
Yeah, I was definitely asleep because I was like, I'm not playing with that fatigue stuff.
Yeah. So Shaylun is suffering from a level of exhaustion as the sun is crusting over the hill, and there is a loud commotion near the center of the camp.
What in tarnation? Aegis, what's going on?
There's some sort of stirring in the middle of the camp.
All right. I would get up, sort of dust myself off, and try to find where Shaylun is. I go, how was your night reading?
Shay, as soon as she hears the commotion, she's like, well, she knows what this is. She's not dumb. So she wakes Panabon before Lox comes over. She wakes Panabon and slips them the book so that they can store it with the others that you had hidden. And then, but
Are you going to make
what?
Are you going to make all of them? Because you made the one that you were reading a different color. Are you gonna enchant the other ones to be a different color than they were?
It was just while it was out, so that it didn't look like that book.
Okay.
But if it's hidden,
all hidden.
And then when Lox comes over, she's gonna kind of yawn, and I'm gonna yawn.
Hey, wow, what an immersive role player you are!
I did a lot of reading. I found out. Yeah, we should talk about it after.
Yeah.
You look tired. Would you like a bit of this?
She like offers kind of her nose to sniff it, like. Is it safe?
Of course, I'm drinking myself.
I've tasted it before. It's okay.
You've had this before.
I'll try it, and she's gonna she'll take it, but she's gonna do a little prestidigitation to make sure that it tastes like her favorite tea, so she doesn't have to.
It is the caffeine tea.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you said you gave Panabon the book to hide with the others?
Yep.
Okay.
So you see her, she doesn't have the book. She's just kind of sitting there, like, trying to, like, wake herself up for the day.
And I would be like, we should only talk about, and I'd whisper this. This is whispered Danny. That we should only talk about this when we don't have a lot of ears around.
Yeah, and maybe we could have a code. Like, how's the lampshade?
A lampshade.
What is it with you and lamp words?
That was the last time, and I was like lampshade, and I was like lampshade. I don't know.
I know what you should get for Christmas.
That's a bright idea.
Has to be a steampunk lamp, though.
All right. I would go and gather Rosalia and Perunia as well, and just be like, hey, I'm sure we're going to need to figure out what's going on with everybody else. We don't know anything, right?
I pride myself on not knowing anything, so...
Shall we go and see what the commotion is?
Think we should.
I go over with my tea and my saucer, like the whole deal. Walk over there.
Yeah, so you head over there, and it appears that Uzenda is yelling at Norsum about something. And she's just kind of standing with her hands on her hips. Behind Uzenda are his two strange guards. Zivid is kind of cowering even behind them, almost as if he's trying to hide, not necessarily from the people who are watching, but like from everybody. Like he just doesn't want to be noticed by anybody. And then, of course, the Oelia is kind of standing nearby. She's got her spear out and just is standing there, very straight, very tall. Aegis, you can't help but to tell she's a little bit uneven in her like stance. So Yeah, and he's just going off. And as you arrive, it seems like he kind of finished whatever part of his tirade he was on just then. And very calmly, Norsum just looks over and I understand. However, I cannot just allow you to ransack everybody's belongings. That would be a breach of trust from me to my patrons. Were the situation reversed, I believe you would not appreciate it if I forced you to show us everything that you owned in order to discern if you had taken something that no one had any proof that you had. And with that, he just starts just screaming in this, like, just enraged, books, right? Books, but he's just insanely angry. And now I've set up so much anger for him that I have to roleplay that out in a way that's gonna not be fun for me. But yeah, so he's just this is preposterous. I paid good money to be on this caravan. Your guards should have seen something, and they didn't, and that's a breach of my trust to you. And she nods. I understand, and I assure you that we will do our very best to get to the bottom of this.
I lean over to someone randomly in the crowd and say, "Books? Did he just say somebody stole books? Really? Books?"
Maybe they were special books.
Is that like a thing? Really? Special books?
And so after a moment, he just kind of like throws his hands up and turns and just stalks away. Zivid, as he turns and kind of slinks behind them, steals a glance to Lox there, and then just trudges along with them. Norsum looks over at the rest of you that have gathered. Well, about your business then. For we will be getting on today, probably a little later than usual. Ogelia, can I have all of our guards please stay? And with that, Ogelia just kind of looks and points you out.
I fall in line next to Ogelia as if I'm somebody of importance to this caravan, and I look at everybody else as if I'm also in some sort of authority.
I like how Roland says "as if" because Roland knows that Aegis is not important.
Very aware.
Right. Okay, so she looks at everybody and says, "So it appears that in the dark of the night, someone tore their way into Uzenda's tent and made off with some of his precious literature. He believes that this is targeted. He does not think that this is a random act of thievery. Nothing else valuable was taken. So that leads us to assume that it must be someone from the caravan. Nobody saw anything unusual last night.
Out of his guards?
Everybody who did see something unusual last night can go ahead and make a deception check.
So just Shay?
And probably Panabon.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Deception. Oh, deception. This will be fun.
Do I have any?
Wait, is it too late for me to kind of
It
Kind
is,
of like-
but I will go ahead and have Shayloon roll with advantage.
Oh, okay.
To represent that if Shayloon does trip up or whatever, Panabon's got enough presence of mind to drag attention to them somehow.
I've been such a strong liar so far in this.
Don't do it, Sarah.
I need to.
No. You are exhausted.
Oh,
she has the tea.
Oh, she drank the tea?
She
Yeah.
drank the
Yeah.
tea.
Roll again.
yay!
Use the advantage button, but roll again.
That's like the best roll I've ever had. I've got. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's all about the tea. The
Thank
tea
you.
saved the day.
You're a
Thanks, Aegis.
All right.
Aegis' tea, the best tea.
They just managed to you just kind of managed to keep an even straight face as you nod. Well, we must discern who it is, and so I would appreciate it if you might take some time to speak to some of the various members of the caravan and see if they heard anything or saw anything that might be of note.
What of the personal guards? They had no account of anything happening?
The Uzenda's personal guards claimed they did not see anyone.
Huh. That's interesting. Did they say anything about what was written in these books? Like, if we're talking to people, I think we should know what's going on.
He did not mention what the books were. He just said that they were important for his research and that he would greatly appreciate their return.
Is it possible that I know I've heard since before we got on this caravan that there might be bandit attacks and amongst other things along the road. Is it possible that someone knew he was traveling and might have targeted the caravan for that reason?
That is possible, but highly unlikely. They would have needed to follow the caravan unnoticed for a time. Ogelia's eyes are quite good. And then they would have had to steal away towards us in the night, past the guard that are ostensibly eyes peeled to our outer perimeter.
Right.
But perhaps not as intent on seeing anyone within the perimeter moving about.
That makes sense.
So, but it's possible.
Right. So it's looking like we're doing an investigation. Right.
We must do our best to see if we can figure out who took those books and return them to him.
How do you know it wasn't one of your guards that took the books? Since it seems like it was an inside job.
I like slow turn to
You are my guards.
Yeah.
But I believe you mean Uzenda's guards.
Yeah.
Yes, Azanda's guards.
We don't, and perhaps they should be questioned as well.
Then maybe you should start with them first.
That's a great idea.
And so maybe you should start with them first.
Rosalia, would you like to join me in that conversation?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Very good. We will take a few hours to allow this before we leave for the day. So please also make sure that you're prepared to go when the time comes.
Ooh.
There is someone who is responsible for making food for the caravan. I will question them first. Where are they?
They are... Sorry, I gotta pull that name up real quick. right over there, and points just to the tent where the food is being made.
I look at her with a.
So I just had to pull the name up real quick. It's Bottomed, and you know that it's this fellow Bottomed.
So, do you have any really shiny reflective surfaces I can hold on someone's eyes and be like, "Hey, did you steal these books?" Like a shiny reflective surface, and get really in there. And...
Do you mean a mirror?
Maybe. Is that the word for it? Mirror? Maybe I mean mirror. Yes.
I opened my mouth to remind Panabon of my necklace that literally casts light. And then I open and I just shut it.
and I say, here, Panabon, give me your hand. Light. I cast light on his hand.
Did you steal the book?
Lox is like, when Panabon.
How was that? Is that intimidating?
With that, you actually get a few looks. Very sort of interested, strange looks. No one says anything, however. They just kind of let that one go.
All right, let's go ahead and start this investigation. I think figuring out what was lost and taken is our first thing. But let's have a meeting a little bit to figure out who's doing what. Maybe.
Guys, I feel like I'm playing live action Among Us, and I'm real stressed out right now.
You're sus.
Well, except it's the version where everybody already knows you're the imposter, but they're all trying to cover it up for you.
It's like the first time I played Among Us, and I couldn't figure out how to get out of the vents.
I didn't understand it.
Like 2 rounds.
So yeah, I would like to find a place for us to meet to talk about this where we are as safe from prying ears as possible.
And I do not dispel the light spell on your hand. You have light on your hand for an hour.
Whee!
I go.
I'm having a good time today.
All right. So, yeah. Let's figure out. So I think we're talking to the guards, right? Me and Rosalia. Anyone else?
I'm going to the cook. They probably have some good insight, maybe.
Okay. Panabon and well, Perunia can speak with I don't know who Perunia would want to talk to, but someone.
Perunia might be you guys are talking to the guy's guards. That's right.
Maybe Perunia can go with Aegis to talk to the
She would never.
She would not. You're right.
She would never.
You're right. I tried.
You should probably assign her to someone that the rest of you are not talking to, and then she can just go talk to them.
Cool. Yeah, we do that. Who else are we not? I definitely want to talk to Zevid and what's the main guy's name again? Uzinda. Yeah, I want to definitely talk to them as well. So.
I'll whisper to Lox. I'd like to be there when you speak to Zevid. I'm gonna try not to talk too much because I know you guys are better liars than I am. So, but in case we need to negotiate or something, that might be. I still feel for the guy. I don't want him to get nicked in a cave and left for dead.
All right. It looks like we have some start. Panabon, who do you think you're
Hello.
talking
to?
Maybe Panabon. Maybe you could start with the twins.
I do like the twins. Maybe we could yes. I can make them my deputies. And we can go around interrogating people. It'll be a good time.
They did say to talk to people in the caravan, and so we could do that.
Yeah.
I like
and
the trip.
who was Perunia riding with again? In her line? Because I think
Perunia is riding with Dish and Nita.
yeah, maybe Perunia can speak to Dish and Nita.
Sure.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Talk to them.
All right. So yeah, let's get this going. So Rosalia and I think are talking to the guards first, right?
Sure. Well, actually, why don't we do Aegis first because he's right there.
Yeah.
So everybody breaks and heads in their general directions. Varamid is sitting over a stew pot.
Taido, I am Aegis Ing, the healer of this caravan.
Yeah, I know. He shakes your hand. You've been eating, right? Some.
Have I been eating food from them?
Have you been?
I don't think so.
Basically, it's one of those things where, like, he makes plenty. Everyone in the middle of the camp gets fed, and then whoever wants to come by can get some.
Oh. Okay, well, I have to wrap my brain around that. But we are currently following a lead from an apparent theft in the caravan. Are you aware of any?
That nonsense that fancy shoes is screaming about?
Yes. Have you noticed anyone suspicious that may have had interest in books?
Well, the first part, I think everybody on this caravan is suspicious. Because you're either running from something or you're a merchant. Don't trust merchants. That said, not in particular, I suppose. It's definitely not Till. He's been riding this caravan for a few years now. There'd be no reason for him to do that. It's not his sort of, it's not the sort of thing he would do. Can't speak for most anyone else. It'd be odd if Farkim did it, because he is... I doubt he would have made it past them unseen. Perhaps his gnome assistant, but why?
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for your...
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, thank you for your input on the matter. What is it that you are cooking there?
This,
I almost have not been paying attention to what he's been saying about the theft the whole time.
This is a stew made from dried fish, various seasonings and spices, and some of the various vegetables that I brought along.
Your cooking so far has been quite pleasing to the palate. Have you been doing this long?
Yes, quite some time. Most of my life, I'd say.
Ah, interesting. So I
he
will
looks to be about in his 30s, so you know.
As I'm talking to him, I'll take my pack down, open it up, and I'll pull out all of those gourmet ingredients that I brought that are like, what, 4 days old now at this point?
Yeah.
Previous to preparing for this caravan ride, I purchased some ingredients. Perhaps you could make use of them.
He looks them over. What would be the majority of these ingredients that you bought?
Some vegetables. I got maybe some poultry. I'm not quite sure what's available in Vaishan, but I would have gone for a lot of whole meats and some vegetables. I'm sure the vegetables are fine, but
Vegetables
sure
are
what.
absolutely fine. If there are any leafy vegetables, they're probably a bit wilted. If you got poultry, it's no bueno. Like you would know, it's no
It's a
bueno.
cure. It's a bit of a cure.
No, no, it's poultry. No, you don't cure poultry. Dried fish, maybe dried beef. That might have been what you bought.
A few
Kind of knowing what you know
spices.
about food, and then some spices and stuff. So as long as there's not poultry, in which case he would look at you like a madman. Certainly. Is there anything you would prefer?
No, I'm curious to see what you will put together. You know, I myself dabble a bit in the ways of the culinary. I could possibly lend a hand sometime.
Certainly. I like food. I like those who like food. You can always trust someone who really likes food.
A good diet is one of the essential pillars of health.
And that. I agree.
And I will spend a bit of time just awkwardly observing what he's doing.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's happening over there. Who is wanting to happen next? The guards?
I feel like the guards make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So as you approach Uzenda's camp, where Zivid is very busily getting everything ready for travel, while Uzenda is fuming in his tent, with little Zivid like kind of running around him in the tent to like pack up his things, as like he's just not doing anything except being angry. And the two guards are standing near their camels, which are already packed up apparently, and just kind of watching and waiting.
I want to pull Lux aside for a minute before we start.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we all know who actually took the books?
Yes, it was us. It was us.
Okay, so here's what
I say that.
Excuse
This
me,
is
it
a
was
private
me
conversation.
who took the book.
It was Panabon. This is a private conversation. This is low. I, Randy, have a very loud voice. I am whispering.
I understand.
Here's what I think we should do. I think we should, if Panabon has gotten everything, I don't know, we should talk to them and ask to see if they've gotten information they need from the books.
I can't. Sorry, I can't hear you. You're like fading in and out.
I don't know. I can talk slower. Does that help?
I think if you
Yeah,
just speak louder, a little louder, it picks up.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's very
Okay, I'm
clear.
just gonna throw in a little robotic. This is how it goes. So this is what I think we should do, Lox. I don't know if Panabon has all the information that they need from the books, but I think we should plant the books on one of the guards. That way, if they find the person that has the books, they don't think about us. And when we go to question them about the books, it looks like the guards are the ones that took it. But we have to do it so that nobody notices. Unless Panabon needs more information from those books. I think that's the perfect way for us to get out of the situation looking like the heroes.
All right. So I think this is a great idea. I also think we can't do that before we talk to them right now. So instead, why don't we have this initial conversation, pretend we got some kind of evidence from it, and then tonight we can plant the books on them or in their belongings, and then bring some guards or something to show that they were there. All right? Maybe that would work better.
So what do you want to say to the guards? How do you want to frame it?
I think going in and just asking how they, like, what they noticed last night, because they don't sleep, from what I've heard from Panabon and Shaylun. Like, it sounds like they're just always standing there. So ask them what transpired, at what point they realized those books were gone, what was in the books, I think, is a good question that I doubt they'll answer truthfully. I think keeping this very surface level, hey, we're just doing our due diligence, makes sense here. But I love your idea, and I think it definitely makes sense.
I think that when we question them, we
Mhm.
should look for one of the guards who could be the person most likely to have been in the situation to do it, based on their whereabouts.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I'll let you sort of lead this conversation. Does that sound good? That way I can just sort of keep an eye on Zevid, because that little gnome seems a bit squeamish.
Well, my kind aren't good at lying, Lots,
Okay.
so you may
All
need
right.
to beautify a few sentences if you get
Okay.
too.
Will do. Will do. All right. So Locke sort of pulls his clothes to look a little nice, and moseys on over to where the gods are.
They kind of both turn their heads almost at the same time in your direction. It's a little bit like like synchronized, a little bit unnerving.
Hello, gentlemen.
Yes, what can we do for you?
Me and my acquaintance here are just questioning people around the camp about the incident last night.
We are looking to find the person that took a series of important things from one of our caravan members, and we're wondering what did you both see last night, and did you see anything out of the ordinary and suspicious, and where were you last night? What were you doing?
We were standing guard in front of the master's tent
And
throughout
did you
the
stand
entirety
guard?
of the night.
Did you stand in the same position all night?
We did.
And did you hear or see anything out of the usual and ordinary on your watch?
We did not.
Right? Is there anything in these books that would be worth stealing for other people?
It is not for us to know what's in the master's books.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch either of your names. I'm Lachlan Darcy. And you are?
I am Vahavi. The other one speaks up. I'm Yajanbi.
Bohavi and Bojambi?
Vahavi and Ijanbi.
Ejambi.
Ijambi. Sorry.
Right. These are just questions trying to understand sort of your relationship with Uzinda, who I know lost this book. You call him master. Are you indentured to him? How did you come to work for him?
We are in his service.
And how did that begin?
We're paid retainers.
All right. And have you been doing this long?
Yes.
Okay. How long?
5 years myself. Ijambi says, I've been doing it for 3.
5 and 3 years. All right. Interesting. Yo, go ahead. Is there? I've noticed you guys said you stayed on duty all night. When do you guys get sleep? I know it's hard to be on a caravan all day without rest.
We sleep when we can.
You didn't happen to go to sleep last night, did you?
No.
All right.
We must be on guard. We must be vigilant.
Do you take breaks?
We're either serving or we're not. But
So, continue.
to the nature of your question, we are able to rest in the daytime.
Okay. So you were on guard all night, but you rested during the day. On the date that the books were stolen.
Yes.
Well, gentlemen, I think we've gotten what we can gather from this conversation. And would you mind showing me where the entering of this tent happened, as opposed to where you were on duty last night?
You will have to ask the master.
Okay. I sort of out of character just feel like we're not going to get much more from them. So back in character. All right. If we have any more questions, we'll be sure to return back to you. Rosalia, can I speak to you for a minute over there? As we walk away, did you get the strangest feeling about those two gentlemen? Something seems kind of off.
What do you mean?
I mean, I've never met caravan guards that don't get rest at all. It's only those two guards got in his caravan all day. So that's strange in and of itself. But there was the briefest of hesitation from the second guy, Jambi, whatever. He didn't quite seem to know his own name, and that was mighty odd.
If you ask me, Jumbo has something to hide.
I feel like they're both kind of strange and seem oddly loyal to the master, as they refer to him. So what I mean is, I doubt that either of them would be a good plant for this book. And I say that because if they already are basically at his whim to do whatever he asks, they don't really benefit anything from having that book. There's got to be. I like your idea of planning it somewhere and having people find it, but this doesn't quite seem like it would work the way that we need it to.
I don't think it would work with them because they are closed-mouthed and they know they can't give us as much information as we would like. So we would have to find someone else.
Yeah, agreed. All right. I want to have a crack at Uzinda, and I think Shayloon has a couple of things she wanted to bring up. Do you want to join us for that conversation?
I don't mind.
All right. So I sort of call Shayloon over. Okay. So before we go and talk to Uzenda, I want to have the three of us, because that's more scary, right? Talk to this gnome. But I also like having a gnome with us because gnomes are amazing. And I felt like last time I said something and Sarah called me out on my gnome racism. So I will be nice here. So
see, I got one. See, I brought one this time.
No.
By the way,
Told you I had a gnome friend.
When you call Shailene over, you just hear Pandabon in the background, like deputizing the two kids, like as junior deputy investigators. So it's like full-on Law and Order going on in the background.
I mean, we can role play that.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that before the.
If you want to do that as an interlude, we can totally do that. That's fine.
Certainly. So as Lox and Rosalia are going to find Shay to go speak to Zivid, we run to Panabon as they are coming back to their part of the line where Dila and Junie are putting together their camels so they can be on their way.
Okay, so we are going to have a really fun and exciting day. We are going to interrogate some people. We have books to find for some reason. So, are either of you interested in being in junior detectives along with me to help me in my formidable quest?
What are you talking about, Mr. Panabon?
Okay. Guess you didn't get up early enough. So apparently, like, the dude in the back with the really big tent, like, got some books stolen for whatever reason, and we've been tasked with finding these books.
Is that what all that yelling was about this morning?
Yeah. And also somebody brought poultry, so everything like smells up front now. I don't know. Whole things are going on up there.
Okay.
But I think, yes.
So we have to find out who stole the books?
We have to find out. We have to work as a team. And so I'm going to show you my technique, and you tell me what you think. Okay, so I look square at the camel, and I still have the lights blowing, and I go, "Did you steal the books?" And I just hold up the light to the camel's face. And then I look at the kids.
The camel, which is still on the ground low, kind of, and then as you turn and look at the kids,
what's Danny rolling for?
I'm just saying, we are leaving Panabon unsupervised with children.
Actually, this might be the most genius idea Panabon had, bringing children to mess up like a crime scene. Just saying.
I mean, it's a great idea, but these poor kids and their poor parents.
So as Panabon turns with the light shining this way and turns to say, like, see, all of a sudden this big gob of camel spit just
Yay, camel!
Maybe we don't interrogate the camels.
Yes, they're both laughing at that. They're just like, yeah, I think that the camels probably didn't steal anything and don't appreciate being accused.
Well, that's fair. So I assume books means it was more than one, but I don't actually know.
At least two.
At least two. Yes, two. Two is
maybe seven.
Seven. But are there really 7 books in all the world? Are you sure? Okay, sure. We'll say it was 7 books. That means we have.
I've never seen 7 books in one place together at the same time. So.
Oh, maybe it's just one book and it goes back and forth really quickly.
We don't think so.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold up the light, and I'm gonna say, "Did you steal the books?" And you should have a question or a follow-up question. So
okay.
What do you think you're gonna say?
And are there more than 7?
I don't know. Maybe. That's a good one.
No.
How many books did you steal?
How many books did you steal? Was it 7?
Yes, those are good. That's great. Okay, do we feel good about this? We feel ready to do this? Oh wait, we need hats. Do either of you have hats? All good detectives have hats.
I mean, we have scarves.
Okay, that's good. Scarves, they're the new hats. I don't wear a hat because it messes up my hair.
Your hair is like a hat. It's very hard.
That's fair. It's beautiful, right? Like that's what I'm going for.
Yes, but the wind never messes it up.
It's true. Thank you for noticing. Okay, so I have the light. I don't know how long I've got it for, but we've got the light. So we're just going to start in a concentric circle, and we're going to work our way through everyone that doesn't look like they would punch me if I asked them. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
Right.
So we're gonna start in the middle.
Yes, we're gonna start in the middle.
So are we gonna start with Norsum?
I don't know who that is, but yes.
Okay, it's her. And they point to you want to say you recognize this lady, like you've seen her before, and that she is somehow important, but that also means she might be capable of stealing these books. So
I make myself, I become statuesque as a gnome is wont to do, and I charge forth importantly with the light, and I'm just like, Norsum, did you steal the books? Right? That was good, right? I look at the kids like,
as soon as you say that, and how many did you steal? Don't tell us 6. We know it was 7. What are you doing?
investigating?
I did not steal the books. Will you go find who did?
Okay, well, it was worth a shot. All right, we'll try that again. So regroup, kids, and we'll work on it with somebody else. If we think of a better question we can ask, we'll do that. And so I just start walking again, very erect with the lights.
As you're walking, you do notice a young lady passing by, and she seems to be heading with a little bit of determination, moving sort of quickly towards the outer edge of the circle on the far side.
Aha! J'accuse! Did you steal the books? Light.
And how many did you take? Did you take all 7 of them? She looks at you. She reaches out to push her hand down.
Okay, someone got to her. She's not talking. That's okay. Did you see who stole the 7 books? Did you see anything? Nuts. Okay, strike number 2. But we're making progress. Progress is a good.
Yes, you're making progress.
Oh,
As you turn, she does tap you on the shoulder. Reaches into her bag and pulls out something. Looks you over and she proffers it to you. There's a glint of metal. And then she reaches down and takes your hand and pulls it up to drop an item into your hand. And she backs up.
Thank you. What item is in my hand?
It looks like a small metallic fish, real little. It where it flexes in the middle, you can kind of see underneath some gears, maybe. Some sort of clockwork, perhaps. It doesn't look like it works. It looks like it's been like sitting in the sand somewhere, and it's kind of messed up, but
okay. So
she turns and walks away.
So you have the tools now. I think you kids are ready to.
You have the tool. She gave it to you.
I know, but it doesn't work. I'm gonna fix it. So I'm gonna fix it. So because I've deputized you, I think you kids are capable now of carrying on this legacy.
We don't have strange light hands.
That's true. Do you have a mirror? Is there a mirror? Do you have a mirror? Somebody said the word mirror, and I feel like that's right.
Do they have mirrors there?
They look at you for a moment, like to shine.
Yeah, like a reflective surface to shine. You could the
So
fish
like a
probably-
Floris.
Yes.
And then one of them pulls a little mirror out.
Yeah. See, good. See, I'm blind for like 2 seconds, which is good. That's what you want. So one of you pretend to be me.
You're not that ugly.
One of you pretend to be the other you, and so one of you asks, "Did you steal the books?" And the other one says the thing about the 7 books, and yeah.
One turns to the other. Did you steal the books? And the other one says, all 7 of them. And then she turns with the mirror. I found out who did it.
Yes,
it was Junie.
It's great. Good, but did you actually steal the 7 books? Did you take them?
No.
Oh.
So the other one, which you assume is Dila now. So what if they lie?
Ask them why they're lying.
Why are you lying?
See, there you go. It's perfect. Now you just have to do that with everybody else we haven't talked to yet until we leave.
With everybody else until we leave. Oh, okay.
I'm great with kids.
Let's go, Junie.
I'm great with
They're not kids. Little kids, anyway.
Also, I'm totally going to repair the little metallic fish that Naka gave me. Naka Sala, did I say that right?
You did say that right. I don't think you know her name, but Panabon knows her name. But yes, that is who that is. You have seen her with Aegis. It's Aegis's line. So.
Yes. So right. At some point before we hit the Oasis, I would like to attempt to tinker and fix the metallic fish.
Certainly.
As I am a tinkerer.
Very good.
Yes.
Okie doke. Well, with that, you find Shay in your area, kind of sitting with one of the books, trying to glean some last bit of information. She kind of like peers over the camel every once in a while to make sure that nobody is coming, and has a prestidigitation spell ready to make it look like not a book. And also, Minya's probably like circling around, making sure no one's coming to warn her if someone does. And so Minya does warn you that someone's coming. It's Lox and Rosalia.
Hi.
Hey.
How'd it go? How'd it go?
As well as I think it could have gone. How's the lamp shade?
I'm finding lots of good illumination.
All right. I think it's time we speak to Zevid and Uzinda.
All right, but hold on, and she's gonna tell Minya mentally to expand the perimeter of the view so that I can put the book back in its hiding place.
All right.
And then once it's away, I'll go, all right, I'll follow you, and I'm gonna try really hard not to talk.
I mean, if you've got something important to say, I'd say it. But yeah, I get that you look a little tired. So yeah, let's.
I'm really good at the truth. So if the time comes for the truth, maybe like give me a nudge, but gently because I'm small.
All right. So we walk over back to their camp this time, looking for Zevid.
So as you approach the camp, one of the first things you notice is that the two guards have not moved.
Creepy.
The camels have moved more than the guards. Zivid is almost done packing everything up as Uzenda just is complaining from within the tent.
Zivid. Friend.
Hey! Oh, hi. Hey, boss. I'm gonna go and.
No, you're not. We're doing an investigation, and we have to get your opinions.
Oh, you're gonna talk to both of us here?
No, I'm talking to one of you, and we would like to talk to you first because you're new to Uzenda's caravan. So
Uzenda says, "Get out of here, useless anyway." And so Zivid's like, "Yeah, okay, great. I was just gonna say I was gonna go talk to them, boss, but that's all right. Let's go." And so Zivid heads over to where you are. Here, right here. Is this where we're gonna talk about the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Zivid.
Yeah, that's my name. It rhymes with livid.
Yep.
Yes.
In what happened last night?
I don't know what.
Something was stolen from your tent. That's what I heard.
Not my tent. I
mean,
don't sleep in the same tent as the boss. He would never allow that. But someone did. Yes, someone did come and take the books. I don't know who could have done it.
Right. Where were you last night?
Before, after I was talking to that one person.
And who was that person?
Hard to remember. Bad hat. That's
Are you sure he had a hat? I don't know. Maybe it was a hot day.
I feel like he had a hat.
I'm kidding. I know you and I spoke last night. But I assure you, I had nothing to do with this. And
because we didn't talk about anything about books.
Right. Exactly.
Wait, yeah, like what? You were like, "Hey, that hat that you're wearing looks like not an Ashani hat," and I was like, "Your hat also is not an Ashani hat," and then we bonded over our shared non-Ashani hats. That's what happened. That's what.
All right, Zivid.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you.
Zivid.
I wanted to speak to you because my friend here, and he looks at Shayloon.
Your known friends, yes. Hi. Yeah,
yes,
hello.
Heard some not so nice information.
Oh.
And I'm telling you this because
I assure you it's not true. I assure you whatever they said I did back in Ireland, I did not do those things.
You're
I did not.
Ireland.
Yes. Oh, you didn't know? Oh, yeah. Okay. So something.
I once visited Ireland.
Oh, you're quite obviously from Ireland. But that's okay. Yeah, me too. That's a fine place to be from.
That's not quite what I wanted to talk to you about. And
yes, okay.
Shayloon, this is our friend.
Who is this? Who is this very scary lady?
Rosalia, would you like to introduce yourself?
Depends on if my sound is shit.
You're good. You sound great.
Oh, well,
actually.
I guess you heard that. Okay. Great. I wasn't ready for that.
That's how it goes.
What's your name, Zivid? What's your name?
My name is Zivid. It rhymes with livid. Livid. So it's not Zavid, not Zyvid, but Zivid. Zivid.
Can I call you?
Me.
Can I call you Ziv?
Ziv. Yes, as long as you don't kill me.
I am part of the guard, and my name is Rosalia. That's really all you need to know about me.
Okay. Well. Yes. Zivid. That's my name, and you're Rosalia, part of the guard.
We're just doing a routine investigation, right?
Yes, a routine investigation on who stole the books that I told you about.
Now,
wait. Her.
Her?
You said that she had something
Yeah.
to say.
That's what I was saying before you shushed me, but yes. Shayloon, why don't you share with our friend what the guards told us about him? This is the person.
Shay kind of looks from Zivid to Lox and back again, and is like, "Did you mean to nudge me?"
Yes.
Oh, all right. So
he says, "Nudge, nudge."
Zivid, I'm worried. I'm worried about you, gnome to gnome, and now Einerland to Einerland. I was walking yesterday to talk to the captain, and on my way back, I saw the two scary guards.
Did you notice that too? Ooh.
Yeah, they're terrifying. And they were talking in Ishani, and they said that they planned on having you lead them to the ruins, and then killing you there and leaving you there.
What? No, they wouldn't do that, because they would only do that if the master told them to. Their master, my boss, the Uzenda guy. So clearly that is not correct.
Well, why would they even talk about it then if they didn't have those orders?
I mean, how good is Yurishani?
She's pretty damn good at everything I've ever seen her do.
I blush a little.
Well, see, that they already paid me a deposit that they can't get back.
Well, is the deposit being carried by you, because they can very easily take it off your body?
No. Money Changer sent that out. So that's, I mean,
But maybe they want to be the only ones that know about the location of this ruin.
But Uzenda promised that I would be credited as the discoverer.
How has Uzenda treated you overall?
I mean, not bad, not good. Today was bad. He's in a bad mood today. But mostly it just, I don't know, like you treat a cat?
That's not good.
Well, this is not good, but he's not my friend, He's the guy that's paying me to take me, and it's a business arrangement. But I have, well, it always depends, right? Sometimes you're with business partners and everything's jolly, and sometimes it's all raised voices, and it wasn't that or the other thing.
Civet, we're not asking you to do anything with this information, but I think it's important for you to know that I did hear it. I'm actually really bad at lying, so I think you'd know if I was. And again, I just don't want to see anybody die.
Well, I'd rather not see anyone die either, unless they're just really not nice. Well, I mean, hmm, it was all very alarming, isn't it? I just, here I was, trailblazing, and then, gonna make a lot of money, and then I told, no, you're gonna die instead, and,
Well, that's kind of why we are here, to make sure that you don't die. I wouldn't be talking to you and having you know this if we weren't trying to make sure that they don't do that to you or anyone else on this caravan.
well, what should I do?
So I think if anyone comes asking about your friend in your hat, in the hat, you say you had no conversations
That's what
leading
I
up to the
was,
books going missing.
right? Oh,
Except for the
yeah,
investigation that we are conducting right now.
Right. So if anyone else comes here, you don't say that. And we can protect you. Right?
Oh yes, actually, since we've been traveling and there's lots of nothing to do but look at sand for hours upon hours. I've been working on some new tinkers, and I'm going to give him one of the whistles. If we're in earshot, if you blow on this, it'll make a really loud, high pitched sound, and we'll come running.
like a whistle.
Except Tinker made. It's a special whistle.
He looks at the whistle. He blows on the whistle.
I'm going to, when he blows it, there are going to be little sparkles that pop in the air. I'm casting prestidigitation. It's fancy.
I love you, lots.
So does it make an audible sound?
Yeah.
Okay. And so is it literally just a whistle?
I mean, it doesn't quite make the same sound. It's got like a mechanical piece to it that actually boosts the sound as I imagined it, like an amplifier almost.
Like auto-tune? Is it an auto-tuned?
I mean, a steampunk. Use your
Steampunk whistle
here.
It's got a little gear in there that spins when you blow the whistle, and that's instead of a little ball that bounces around, it's a gear. So it just like sounds like a really like high pitched fan, like talking into a fan, but high pitched, super high pitched. Anyway, well, okay, that was that was special. But thank you. He puts it into a pocket. I will. Well, I suppose I'm at least safe until
the oasis. And I would advise that you don't change anything. You work for Uzinda and act like you don't know anything. And Zivid, I know, like Locks crouches down. He's like, Zivid, I know you like to tell stories, but this is one that you have to keep to yourself. That you know this, because
well, I'm not an idiot. Just,
I'm just saying, I trust you. Just keep the stories to yourself.
Oh, okay, yeah. You're just saying the thing you said. Got it. I understand. I'm not dumb. Okay.
All right. So you have, in a very loud voice. So you have no more information, right?
I said no more information. I don't know who could have done it because I was asleep in my tent. And it wasn't me because the guards would have seen me So
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna go finish packing up our stuff.
I try to subtly how we're standing, like kind of use locks to block the vision a little bit, but I kind of give him like a really sympathetic, concerned look, and just like reach out and squeeze his hand, and then.
So, okay. Well, I will.
Be safe.
Yes. Yeah. I will do that. I have been doing a pretty good job so far. We'll see it through. But I better go put away the rest of the stuff. So I'll see you later. Bye. And he scarpers off.
So the last conversation we need to have, the three of us, is with Uzenda.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I don't like that at all.
Shayloon, I think you're greater in conversation, but not the best liar. You might not want to be there.
I think you guys can handle this. I'll see you at camp.
All right. I look over at Rosalia and I go, what questions do you think we should ask the man whose books were stolen?
Well, what do we hope to gain from asking him about his books being stolen?
Well, one, I think we can see if he can give us any information on what's in those books. I doubt it'll be anything useful, but we can say that, hey, we tried to get some information. It looks good.
I think if we convince him to tell us what makes those books so important, we can say that we will up our efforts to discover, because if they're just books, what reason do we have to find them? But if they're books of a certain significance, and if he can elaborate on that significance, it will make it that much more necessary for us to find them.
Agreed. All right, let's do this. He comes to the tent. Uzenda.
Yes.
Can we have a moment of your time?
Oh, certainly. I suppose we're not doing much else. He steps out of the tent.
Actually, we're busy doing an investigation all around the tent, the camp for you.
That's exactly what I mean. So I have time for the investigation.
This is Rosalia, my colleague. Here we are on the guard, and that is all you need to know about her. And he sort of chuckles to himself. He goes, we'd like a little bit more information on the merchandise you said was stolen from your tent last night.
Not merchandise, my personal belongings.
Oh, your personal belongings. Were they sentimental books? Were they?
No, they're important for my work.
All right. Can you replace these books?
Not on the caravan.
Right.
And I would need the information within those books soon.
Oh, soon.
Indeed.
All right. So there's a sort of hurry for this. We're just trying to make sure we know what we're looking for. What's in these books?
History of Vaishan. Books about the myths and legends.
All right. Myths and legends of Vaishan. And
well, Lucinda. So we're here to guard this caravan, and for us to focus on these books. If these books aren't more than just the history of Ishan, and there's not something very, very important and time sensitive for us to need to get them back, then we can resume our caravan duties, because these books are they are just personal belongings that you've lost. We need to know how they impact you in some way. And if it's a sense of urgency and we have a reason for that, it will make sense for us to stop everything and look. Otherwise, us guarding this caravan is very important.
And a fine job you've been doing so far. So, these books are quite important and time sensitive. As I mentioned, I will be needing the information soon. I have put a lot of money on this expedition. We are going to discover the history of Aishan. It's quite important. You have a look about you. Do you value your history, the history of your peoples?
Well, our lore is spoken, so we do not have use of these books.
I see. Well, ours is not. It is written in books. And so, in order to build upon that knowledge, I would like to have the knowledge available to me. And since it will be soon that they are needed, I would greatly wish those books to be returned, perhaps before we reach the oasis.
Is there like, what are you planning on doing while we're on the caravan with these books before the oasis? I just am trying to figure out why you need them so urgently.
I am reading them to prepare and to have as much knowledge as I can going into my expedition. What difference does it make? Someone has stolen my property. You're the guards.
Can you show me where this happened? And I just am trying to pretend like I'm doing CSI investigation.
Right. He turns. He's like, obviously, they came in through the back there, and he walks into the tent and shows where it's ripped. This will have to be mended. And there, and he points to like a little kind of a lift that's angled back and has a platform. It's about that wide, and that is where the books were. Someone came in through the back, cut their way in, took the books, and spirited out the same way. They must have been quite accomplished sneaks, because my guard did not notice them.
Right. And how do we know that they're still here? I mean,
my guards? They're right there.
No, the person who stole this book. I mean, I know we're looking in the caravan. I haven't gotten any inkling that any of us have information on it. What if it was someone, say, trying to thwart your expedition? Do you have any enemies, people who would want to do something like that?
I have nothing of the sort. I am but a scholar trying to discover the secrets of this land that I love.
All right. Rosalia, any other questions you have for Mr. Ozinda here?
Mr. Ozinda, what do the books look like? What is the title? How will we know when we found them if they're still in the caravan? And how many of them are there?
Please say 7.
3.
Out of there.
3 books taken. One is Modern History of Vaishan. Perhaps the least important of the 3. The other is Legends of the Portost Fezink. And the third is Ruins of Vaishan.
What is the Portos Fezink? What is that?
It is believed that once there were gods among us, and that in Vaishan those gods belonged to the Portost Fezink.
Gods among it. You see Locks being like, all right, looks like we got some information. We're looking for some fairy tales. I'm sorry, legends. Rosalia, let's go. We got more interviewing to do.
I do not pretend to believe that they are more than fanciful stories, but people did believe it at one time, and that information is of importance.
Understood. I sort of rush. I'm like, oh, we have so many more people to talk to as I'm like, headed out the door. When we're away from Uzinda's camp, I look at Rosalia. I'm sorry for rushing us out of there. I just didn't want to give him any inclination that there's gods or anything that we know of. I know you have a lot more insight into the validity of some of that, but most of us folk here still are trying to make understanding of it. Let's go back to the group and I think share sort of what we talked about with the plant in the book and figure out what we're going to do next.
All right.
You know what? I think he sounds like a hopeful dreamer. I think he really believes he's going to find some treasures in this place that he's looking for, and they may be valuable to him.
Mhm.
But I also don't think he realizes how dangerous it's going to be. Maybe he does, and he's trying to cover it up. Either way, there may be some truth in it. There may not.
See, the thing, so I get that. I get that. I think there's something he's not letting on. He's a scholar, yes. Rich, yes, we got that. Cool. What is more interesting is he has gods at his beck and call who don't sleep. Already strange. He's specifically looking into legends of the area, which we already know. Whatever the history of this land is tied to something to do with the Tempest Fall and all of these things. It's just too coincidental. He knows more than he's letting on. And I think his "I'm just a scholar" is a very good show. That's what my gut's telling me.
Then I think I like your insight. I like your insight, Lox. And I think Panabon, if they took some time and read the material, could possibly provide even more insight on what he could possibly be trying to hide from us.
Yeah, I think it's definitely gonna be interesting trying to do this. All right, I'll make sure to ask Perunia to continue doing some interviews so that just people think we're still working on that while the rest of us talk. But and so then sort of waddle back into our little part of the camp.
All right. So with that, you head back to your part of the camp to kind of discuss maybe what you've learned and what that discussion looks like. We'll see after the break. So we'll see in 10. Hello, everybody. We are back from our break. Before the break, the group was trying to figure out who committed the crime that they committed. So they, I feel like they did okay. I think they got some leads. I think they know who done it. With that, unfortunately, Leah cannot stay with us for the second half of tonight's session. She does have midterms coming up because she is working on her master's degree. So, let's get good grades on our midterms. Better than
Listen,
better than murder stuff.
have priorities, and rolling some dice always comes after taking care of yourself as a human.
Yes.
See what I did there?
Sarah always gets mad at us when we make jokes like that and jokes like illumination and
Not
stuff.
even a dad joke or a pun. Like, that was just bait and switch.
Like dads do, but anyway, just saying. If I had done it, there would have been ice.
You were
bombs.
really efficient for a compliment there. Get it? Because bait and switch.
What?
See? All right. So with that, with that, we come back into the scene as Rosalia and Lox are walking back into the camp area. Everyone is sort of kind of coming together because it is getting time to kind of put a halt on that investigation and get, the caravan moving. So as you are getting all the camels loaded and, breaking your part of the camp, that's the scene.
All right. Yeah.
Danny, real quick, how big are the books, and can they all fit in my satchel?
Yes, they can fit in your satchel. They are not like ginormous tomes, but they are large books.
Okay.
And because you probably have a book-sized satchel,
Okay. Any of my extra like toolkit and stuff that I need to move aside, I'll like put into Lox's bag or something. And
Sure.
okay.
How did the conversations go?
I mean, as well as they could be. We did not find the culprit.
Do they have any idea that it could lead back to us? Shaylun, specifically.
I don't know where Shaylin would put 7 books, so it can't be Shaylin.
Seven
books.
Yeah, didn't you hear? 7 books went missing. 7 of them. Do you know how many books it is? Are we sure there's that many in the entire world?
What did you do?
I just sent the kids on a quest to interrogate the whole camp, that's all. They're my junior deputies. They'll report back any suspicious activity to me.
Wow. Did not see that one coming. All right, so
No, they're great. You should meet them. They're great kids.
And they're spreading rumors that could be very useful. So thank you. But we spoke to Zivid, let him know sort of what we know, and gave him one of Shaylun's amazing devices, the steam whistle thing, right? Clockwork whistle. What are we calling it?
Thanks for making me feel good about it again after jamming. It's a fucking whistle.
It's a special whistle. I got it.
It's got auto-tune.
It also had sparkles the last time he blew it. He's gonna be really surprised when it does it the next time.
He's gonna think it didn't work, and he's gonna lose all hope.
I thought we called it the Where Has Panabon Gone whistle. I thought that was what we named it. Did that name change?
It's the great whistle.
That's the one that you have.
Oh, that's just for me. Okay.
Yeah. So he's gonna let us know if he's in danger, and I know that you're protecting everyone on this caravan, so we will expeditiously be there. I'm hoping we'd be in the area, but
we need to make sure when we get to the oasis that we keep a very close eye on where Divot is at all time.
I agree. Is there a way? Yeah. No, I think that's a great idea. I don't know how we can do that without drawing suspicion from Uzinda, but
we could go on watches. I have the invisibility ability.
Right. Okay. So we got that. I think the most we gotta do is we just turn in our we tell them, oh, we need to decide what we're doing with these books and how we're keeping them.
Well, I've got them on my person so that worst case, once again, I can disappear. But we can't keep them buried for travel, so they're going to have to stay close to me.
Right. And he sort of looks around as he's like putting on stuff on the camel. You wouldn't happen to want to let us in on what those books were talking about, would you?
Yeah, I was waiting for everyone to get together. Should we wait for Rosalia and Perunia, or?
Why don't we do it at the Oasis when people are more distracted? I think that's a good idea. When we're all there.
We're like 2 days away.
Oh, right.
Let me fill you in, and I can fill them in when they get back. So there's 3 books, and I did not read them cover to cover, which I really want to. But if we have no time and have to give them back or flat them or whatever, I at least got the most relevant information to us. So I opened them and cross-referenced based on what we know about the ruin, the Oasis by Sean. And the 3 books, the first one was about the history of Vaishon post Cataclysm, so the last 3,500 years.
Shaylun, Can you give us the short version of this long tale? Okay. This is the short version. Oh, thank you. All right.
So, and she just keeps going. It talks about all kinds of things, but it's. I focused on the Sujnum Oasis because that's where we're going, and it was established thousands of years ago. Its main export is some sort of fish or squid or something icky that tastes good but swims. So not a lot there in terms of what we don't already know necessarily. One is about myths. It's called the Patos Vesink, and it's about a pantheon of gods. And really, I try to focus. It's fascinating stuff. It's all legend. And I look at Aegis backtracking, trying not to offend him that I think his god is legend. It's all fascinating, but that there was a spot that was bookmarked, so I focused in on that, and it's an entity named Izamost, and it's a god that ruled from the city of Suzlum, near a big lake. But in the history of Vaishon, I couldn't find any reference to the oasis being near a lake, and also it's obviously not a city. So the only thing I could think is maybe that might be like that Suzlum was a city and is buried or hidden or lost. It's a lost.
So it could be those ruins where we're walking ourselves into.
That's what
potentially.
So it's the same thing. It's a lost city that's now in ruin or underground or whatever might have happened, and now the place is named after it, but it's what's on the surface.
Can we get a spelling of that god?
Yes, it's I''Zamost. Izamost. But anyway, that's my assumption about the oasis versus the city and this lake that clearly isn't by this oasis. But Izamost, the god, was known for having the ability to take people's powers. It didn't go into much meaning of what that is. At first I obviously thought magic, but magic wasn't prevalent. It's new to our world. Unless magic went away and came back, but I've never read anything like that. So I'm not exactly sure what that means. Yes, Panabon.
The history of Plowtune is about the dragons having magic and then getting locked out of their magic.
But isn't the legend of the Dragonborn that they came from another world?
Yeah, but they brought magic with them, didn't they? Am I misremembering that? I might be misremembering it. Anyway, dragons were the ones that had magic for a long time and nobody else didn't. It sucked for everybody.
And I mean, elves seem to have magic since whenever they were a thing.
So I believe the lore of the Dragonborn is that they were in some sort of, I read about this, they were in some sort of large battle in their world, and then they just poof, were gone and were here, and that established Palacune. So the legend is that they had magic in their old world, but not here. So it's never been in Caliphus.
Don't ask me how I know this, but there was a time before our time when Nipoe existed, and there was magic in those days.
I'm gonna.
Now I know you said not to ask you, but I need to ask you. Well, how do you know that?
It is just in my heart.
All right.
All right. So
I consider that as part of.
Got it. I go back to Shaylud too.
But the elves, absolutely. They obviously magic is from their world. We still don't know why Rosalia is here. Maybe there's a rift. Maybe that's where magic comes from. But it doesn't make sense because she hasn't been here that long. And been studying for a while now.
So I have a question. This is just a weird idea, but magic is new to our world now. We know that, gods, some like yours, Aegis, could be older than we think, like we knew about them here. Is there a time where potentially maybe there are clues to that kind of stuff in these ruins? Maybe there's something powerful down there. Cities don't go and disappear.
If that's what happened, that's an assumption
Imagine.
I'm making based on the cross-referencing. If this is even real, this could all be a wild goose chase. Maybe Izzet doesn't even know of a ruin, but is, I don't know.
I'll tell you, I think at least Uzinda thinks it's real. I've known rich men, and they wouldn't go on a long trekking journey through the desert unless they could make a lot more money with whatever's down there.
Well, it's stuff to consider. But finally, the third book is an actual accounting of various known ruins in and around Vaishon, and there's a lot on ancient Gialaluti. It's obviously the capital of Vaishon, but it's been built on those ruins. But the mythical city of Suzlum, there's no records to corroborate that there's ever been a city or a ruin or anything. There's no lake that matches that it would be nearby the oasis. It's not in recorded history according to this literature. Yes, Panabon.
So I don't know how it works for gods, because the only god I've met really is, I guess, Nipue, who's the character on your shield, I guess? I'm not really sure.
No.
So one way we can find out at the Oasis, if the Oasis is this place, is if Izamost has a symbol, because thieves and bandits use symbols to mark areas. So if you saw a symbol in the book that was for Izamost and we saw it in the town before we get to the cave, but if we saw it in the town, then we know for sure if Izamost has a symbol of some kind. I don't know. Maybe.
Did I see any symbols in the book that might have flagged my...
Not for Izamost. You did not see anything that looked like it would be a symbol.
I would be interested at the Oasis, whoever's leading the camp, getting a bit of history on how the Oasis came to be the station it is, and when that started, and who knows, maybe there's books there or lore there, and we should be on top of getting to it first before Usamot.
Shaylun.
Yes,
This is a bit off topic, but did you happen to read the name Brajal in this book?
Brajol.
Sounds tasty.
This is me thinking really hard while Danny types to me if he needs. Nope, I don't remember anything of that. Though also keep in mind that I did not read cover to cover. I focused on cross-referencing the things that seemed relevant.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to take a look at that book as well. Just, it sounds interesting, if nothing else. But
we're gonna have the book for a day.
But I don't want to pull it out and be reading it in public, Panabon. I think the only person who has the ability to make it look different is Shaylun, and get out of there. I'd say if we want to look at it, we look at it when we're away from the rest of the group. I say for the next 2 days while we're riding to the Oasis, we just act like everything's normal.
So we don't want to plant the books back or anything. We're gonna just keep them.
Ah,
I'm fine with that because I want to read them, but I wondered if I was under a crunch.
I feel like if we replant them, we run the risk of getting caught trying to do that, right? It doesn't sound like the caravan owner is going to allow camp searches. So I think in that situation, we're okay for now.
Unless there's proof, and if that's
Right.
if Dizit makes an accusation, that might be something we need to be prepared for.
All right.
How much weight do these books have on whether or not they make their trip to this site?
Sorry, what?
I'm wondering if they do not have these books, and if they might possibly call off their trip.
Not from my understanding, because I believe they're trying to understand any references into whatever that they're searching for that they think these ruins might have. But to find the ruins, they have Dizit. Dizit's the one that knows.
Civet, you mean, right?
Dizit. Oops, sorry.
Dizit does not rhyme with livid.
Every time you say it, though, I think of Drizzt. So, like,
I was like, oh, me too. Like, I was like, oh, Drizzt?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was confused too. Yes.
I've only been messing it up more toward Drizzt each time I say it.
So Zivit, yeah, they do have Zivit, right? Is what you were saying.
Hmm.
So I think they're heading there regardless. I think we have to deal with Uzinda being a loudmouth probably every single morning. But I say we head to the Oasis with everybody and come up with a plan to save Zivit.
You know what I could do?
What could you do,
The louder Uzenda gets, the more fun I get. I'm really good
We
at being
don't want to
disruptive.
draw attention to us. We don't want to draw attention to us.
Okay.
Well, let's wait and see. Remember?
Yeah, I mean it's possible. We might need you to
You've
do
been
that.
very well at bringing this up before doing it, so we can.
Hey.
Excellent idea, Panabon. We will let you know as soon as we have need.
I'm just saying, like, if people think I'm an idiot, then they're more likely to look me over. I'm just saying. Things happen. That's how you deal with cops in most major cities, really.
Fair. Panabon, can you do that without being too extra? That's
What do you mean by extra? So, like, I shouldn't scale the guy's Hajudi thing with my knives? Like, I shouldn't do that? Is that a no? No swan dives off of the camels' heads?
If you come up with a plan, why don't you let us know and we'll help you make it the best it can be.
My plan involves fake bandits. That would be the best plan, is to fake a bandit attack.
How do you fake a bandit attack?
Well, if you know the kind of symbols bandits draw in the area, you make it seem like bandits have invaded.
I don't think we want to do more because real bandits are probably on the trail ahead of us.
Oh, no, they are. I'm sure they are. But
I say we just wait till the Oasis, but
for now, there's no action to take. We let Perunia and Rosalia finish their investigation, and then we go give the results to the captain, and then we resume our normal duties until we end up with more information one way or another.
Ooh, and I have a fish to fix.
You have a what?
A fish. So one of the people in the camp gave me a little fish, and I need to fix it because it's broken. I think they want me to do that. They didn't talk a lot, but I assume that's what it was there for.
It's a fish, and you got to fix it. All right.
Yeah.
Can I see it? And I definitely hold it very, like, do you hand it to me?
Yes. It,
Looking at it, I hold it up to the light and I go, it's a little fish. And I very distinctly lean it over towards Shaylun so Shaylun can look at it as well. You said something about this city having a main import being a fish, right?
Yeah, it's like a small squid or something.
Is that the thing, Danny? Is it the same? Do we know? Does this look like what she was reading about?
This looks like a fish. This definitely is like a little goldfish, like a little clockwork goldfish. She was reading about something that was very much like a squid.
Oh, okay. So not the same fish. Cool. This is strange. Who gave it to you?
She did not say her name. She did not talk. I think it's because I was shining a light in her eyes and asking her if she stole 7 books.
No. There is a person on this caravan who does not talk.
It is the girl from my line. I believe she makes tiny trinkets.
Ah.
Like the opposite of me. Someone that doesn't talk a lot.
Quite. She's actually quite pleasant.
So Panabon,
You like me. You know you like me.
I'd like to see what this thing can do when it's fixed. It just out of curiosity. So yeah.
Sure. It's simple gears, simple screws. It's like it'll be a fun little vacation.
All right. I think we're ready to move on, Danny.
All right, well. So yeah, you set up, or you break your camp and you get rolling on your camels. Mostly this first day passes fairly uneventfully. Nothing really happens. You're starting to get into some of the taller dunes, which is kind of nice actually, because unless the sun's like right above, which the caravan sort of takes a break for that, the dunes actually provide shade on either side, as tall as they are. That evening, you set camp. Just given all of the various goings on, it ends up being mostly a quiet night. Unless there's anything that anyone does want to discuss or talk about.
I actually have a question for Shaylun. So I know you're in a hurry to read, but this is going to sound like a stupid, silly question, but I'm going to ask anyways. Were there any gnome gods of Aishan? Like, do we have any gods here?
I didn't really pay attention. I could do some more reading and let you know.
I'd like that very much. I just, unless you're like the first gnome god, which I guess is possible, like with the magic or something. I just, everybody else gets a god, right? Why shouldn't we have, like, even if they're not great, like even if they're like bad god or something like that, like if we could just have, I told you about Nagatsu, right? I told you about a Nagatsu Sonato and the things that he does with the coils and the wires and stuff, right? And I just thought if we had like a god, that would be cool. That'd be neat. And so like if you come across one, like that'd be, yeah, just let me know.
I will.
Yes.
And now, Danny, if you don't give me a gnomish god in that book, I'm going to make one up and tell Panabon about it. Because he seems to need hope.
I understand.
What do you say?
It is not one mentioned in said book. So
okay. Well,
you can even just make one up and tell Panabon that. That's John out of character.
Because she feels like he needs that hope. And
why don't you talk to Aegis about his god and see what like kinds of things you can steal to make it sound legit?
Well, we all know my naming abilities, so
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Lampier.
Lampanomagon or something.
Lampanomagon.
A little Warcraft in there, but it's gonna have a lamp name. It could be Lamp. You love Lamp.
We love your naming skills, Sarah.
We can come back to it. I didn't mean to put you on the spot either. Like we can totally come back to it. You can just be like, discomfort.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna read, and then maybe next week I'll have some knowledge to grace Panabon with.
Exciting. Sweet.
So no
right.
no gnome gods. Doby do doby do no gnome gods.
It's a gnome right now.
Gods.
Gnome god backwards.
Thank you.
I also like the supreme god of like all the gods is about to be a gnome. I feel like.
Dojamong is. I had to type it in chat so I could see it.
I am quite disappointed that its unknown was noticed, but my
What did you say,
insanely well, it's past now. It's past. What I said was doby do no gnome gods doby do no gnome gods. And if you don't know what that is from, I'm sorry for you. If
It's everybody, I think.
If the Humpty Dance is the only song you know from Digital Underground, then you are uncultured. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Just for that, we're going to name one of the gods Darude.
Food fight.
You have to say spams.
No, please, God, no. Gods, no.
Okay, except for Tom. Tom cannot know who Digital Underground is. I'll accept that.
Raise your hand if you don't know who Digital Underground is.
Sorry.
The Humpty Dance, it's your chance. Do the hump. Do, baby. Do the Humpty Hump.
Heard this before.
You probably heard it, but yeah.
Wow.
Not my fault. Not my fault this time.
All right. So
you and me both, brother.
It's quiet the first day, Daddy.
It was, and then you guys had a sleep because that's what people do.
That means Shaylun isn't fatigued anymore, right?
I mean, I still would be reading more of the book until I'm done.
All right. Well,
you're a grown person.
Maybe a short rest, but not a long rest. Because she like falls asleep on the book, but like.
Make a Constitution saving throw then.
No.
You have like 3 nat 20s. I'm letting you know.
Up.
If you have Shay, you have like 3 nat 20s.
I'm great.
Then you will still only be exhaustion level 1.
Yay! Thank you, chat, for not making things worse for me.
Yes. Okay. The sun rises on the next day of travel. It is the 27th day of Katosum. Katosum being the 3rd month of the year. Perunia is very quiet and reserved this day and just kind of riding ahead, even of her line, and just kind of out to the side. As the day comes towards noon, you take a siesta, I guess, for that period of time as the sun kind of crosses over from the top of one dune to the top of the other dune on the other side. And everybody sort of stirs as the shade kind of builds in, and then you up and start going again for the afternoon. a few more hours pass when there's a cry of alarm from the front. You recognize Oelia's voice calling out, "Bandits south! Prepare!" And with that, the merchants and the porters, the camel tenders, they start pushing the camels to the northern side of where you're at. And we reveal our map.
Oh boy.
Oh shit. Tom, sorry.
Told you they were bandits.
Who's like, I don't think I'm gonna need the battle map today.
Right. So the front kind of pulls up and sets up a defensive point. Locks, you're directed kind of more towards the rear. And then at the very back, Rosalia and kind of sets up. So there's like 3 stages of the caravan, but we're going to put you guys in the middle. As you can see, the camels have gone to the north part of the map. The 2 gnomes and Lachlan are coming in from the side, and Naka and Aegis are there. Even though it's Naka's camels, she does not necessarily go over with the camels to stay. She kind of sticks around right there with Aegis. As you prepare yourselves for battle, go ahead and everybody give me an initiative test.
Can I use inspiration on initiative? I guess that wouldn't make any sense.
You can. It is a check. You can use an initiative. You can absolutely do that.
But should I? I've never done it before, and I'm just curious if it's a good idea or not.
If you want to go first, if you want a better chance of going first, then sure. But
I have
I'll
another
save it.
nat 20, so I'm gonna use my nat 20.
okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Did you hit inspirate like the?
No, I'm saving it. I'm not using it.
Yeah, if you have a plan, I would do it. But if you don't, you just want to go first. To go first, I would save it for a better reason.
I'll save it for a better thing. That's good.
I'll roll mine, Danny, so that you can change it, which is good because I rolled a 1. So or no, it was a 5. I see it. Okay. But yeah, nat 20, and then I have +3.
Right. So you have a 23. Okie doke. Oh, I guess these guys didn't automatically roll theirs.
I may have a level of exhaustion, but I'm always on edge even when I'm not exhausted. So when I'm exhausted, I'm like, ah!
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. That absolutely makes sense to me. All right. I think I have everyone mostly set up. Let's give this one real quick. This is cool. Shayloon.
So nothing has happened yet, correct?
You know that there are bandits to the south. The dune goes up, and then you cannot see what's over the crest.
So the south is
I make my map so that the north is up.
okay. So it's over this bottom part. Ugh.
Yeah, so to the south, and then also probably south and west, you know.
Okay.
Because it's south from where Ogelia is, and she's way up in the front. So
Don't like that. All right, so bandits. I'm gonna do yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. First of all, I'm gonna go ahead and steer the camel to head that direction because we are this is what we are getting paid for, and I'm gonna make myself brave. And so I'm gonna take the camel south as far as I can, and then once again I'm gonna throw Minya and give her a spell so that she can use her reaction to set it off if she has the opportunity. So I'm gonna give her it's gotta be a touch, I think, right? I think.
yes.
How How high are the dunes, Danny?
Maybe 30 feet.
Okay.
I don't know if I actually have any touch spells as Shay. Frostbite is sight. Bonfire is sight. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna hold action for what I'll do is I'll still throw Minya in case she sees them first. But otherwise I will hold action for a frostbite to start with.
If you're throwing Minya, that is going to be your action.
Fine, I'll drop Minya.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that for now. And wait.
Okie doke. So you have a cantrip prepared, and if you see somebody crest the hill that isn't a friend, you're going to throw it at them.
Yeah, but actually I'm going to change it out to magic missile.
Okay, that's going to cast the spell regardless of whether someone appears or not. Okay. All right then. So that was Shaylun, who went first, and then the next person to go is Lachlan Loxdosset.
Lachlan.
Yeah, Lachlan. So I'm going to. Am I on the board, like where it's showing me?
Yes, you're on the board, and you may not be on your camel, or you may still be on your camel, depending. But most of the defenders are getting off their camels because.
Yeah, I would be off my camel. I'm not gonna fight on a camel. I'm a cowboy. I'm gonna move 25, 30.
I just moved up to 50, I think. So.
I moved 30 here. So right now.
If you. So you're moving.
Yeah, I'm moving closer.
I mean, for Shay.
Oh,
is Shay moving?
Yeah, because I drove the camel up, so I'm just trying to find the pointer so I can do the thing. There it is. Okay, pointers. We do the nope, that's not working. Pointers, draw arrow. There we go. 45, 50, so I can get there.
So your action, however, was to prepare an action.
Yes.
So you can go 25.
Because I'm on a camel, right?
No, unless you say you're on the camel, but everyone else is getting off their camels. I just mentioned that. And pushing them to the side. So
I had said I was on the camel, so I'm going to drive the camel.
Okay.
I don't get off the camel.
Does that mean I'm?
That's not helpful for me.
Are you on the camel, Panabon, then?
We're on the same camel, and I don't think Panabon's getting off yet. So do I move too?
Okay. Yes, you move too. Here is Lampira.
Like that.
Lampira the camel. Nope. Oh, just right there. I'll put you right there. You're on the back of the camel. Shay's on the front. She's driving. Driving the camel.
Driving a camel.
Okay.
Are you piloting Perunia and Rosalia, Danny?
Perunia is in the front, third, fighting with Ogelia and all them. Rosalia is in the back, third, fighting with
out of our section.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. See how I do that? Very convenient. Okay.
Not for us if you need a tank or anything like that. Well, I guess I'm a tank-ish.
All right. So
is this still my? Am I?
Oh, also, if you're on the part where it looks like Dunish, that is definitely going to be difficult terrain.
Sorry. Is that? I'm trying to see which one that is. Is that
you're
the
good right
lighter
now?
Yellow?
It's not the lighter yellow. It's the textured part.
Okay.
Where it looks textured.
Got it.
So 1, 2, 3. And look, there's somebody for you to shoot.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So that's what I was gonna do. It's the bandit captain. So I see him. I don't like him. I've clicked him. How do I? By clicking him, does that
click on him?
Control click. Cool.
Yep. There you go.
All right.
Set.
So then, what I am going to do first is my hex. you see Lachlan put his hand on his gun, and as he does, he looks at the guy and starts muttering to himself again. He thinks it's Istapanuri, but it's Elvish. As he's speaking, like a black sort of mist sort of comes out of his mouth and turns into a raven and flies towards the guy hovering over him. That's just his hex. It's not nothing special. It's just what his hex looks like. And so then that's in my actions. I open it and then I press that.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So I have hexed him, and so I am also going to shoot him. But I have a nat 20. So I'm nat 20.
All right. So you're going to nat 20 this guy.
He's the bandit captain.
So up on the upper right-hand side of your screen is a plus and minus that says modifiers.
Yep.
You're going to click that, and that's going to open up a little window, and you're going to click the critical button.
All right.
And you're just going to roll the damage.
Ooh, nice. Just the damage. That's this.
Ooh.
Okay. So as he comes over, you fire the revolver. The report echoes just like across. You can hear it kind of returning back a little bit. As this fellow takes that hit, and it brings him down to a knee. And then he looks at you with a rage in his eyes.
Does he take a knee just in time
Now,
for sparkle darts to hit him?
yes, as he's taking that knee, because the bullet travels faster than sparkle darts, go ahead and Shayloon.
Darts.
Damage. Take 14.
4 and a 3. Nice. This dude is not having a good day.
Yeah, that guy.
Do you really
picked the wrong,
this caravan, buddy?
he picked the wrong caravan.
Apparently, this was not the best caravan to pick. But now that now that everyone is done using all of their special actions to attack him, he is going to throw a dagger at Lox.
Hey, daggers are my thing.
Only I can use daggers.
I'm offended.
But that goes wide as he gets pummeled by arcane force bolts. Just and he tries to throw the knife, and it just goes sailing wide.
Still scary.
And then he is going to kind of tumble back the way he came, because he did not like that. All right. Okay, so next up.
I just think it's funny because if I had more movement, I love like Shay was being brave, but that 25 feet was way too close to that guy, so she'd be like, oh.
Well,
like
there's a guy right next to me.
back a little bit.
Yep. So here comes a guy. He kind of pops up here, and seeing you right over the ridge, shoots at you with his crossbow. The bolt piercing into your leg for 2 damage. 'Tis but a flesh wound. And then he also kind of crawls back, using the top of the ridge as cover. Yeah,
Oh, that's
lame. And
cool for a map.
Here comes this guy. I don't know if he's visible. It doesn't look like he's there.
I can see him on mine.
Okie doke. Having sort of witnessed what just happened, he is going to take aim. And fire his crossbow with advantage, because someone gave me that.
Not
Oh, strikes Lampira, but just kind of mostly guarded by the packs and barding and everything that are on Lampira. So it does not. Lampira seems mostly okay.
It's okay, Lampira. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Lampira is not pleased. Lampira is like, as camels do.
They're shooting at us.
These
How dare
camels
they?
were expensive, buddy.
This bandit kind of comes up, and you hear someone yell out a command. And so,
What was the command?
Do we know what language?
the command was this.
Retreat.
Yeah, I feel like the only one who's gonna understand this is probably yeah.
What?
What?
I'm pissed.
Oh,
All right. So this guy kind of steps out, takes aim. Strikes the camel.
Oh darn!
Camel is very displeased.
what did
Darts
they
back
say?
again.
Aegis, I need you.
All right. So this guy steps up.
Where are the rest of the fighters? It's just us.
It's just you. The rest of the fighters are fighting their own bandits in the front and in the back.
Oh
Jeez.
no!
Ooh.
Danny, why are you doing this?
Well,
Because-
technically, the bandits are not Danny.
This
It
isn't
has a lot. It has a lot to do with
Who's on it?
maneuverability and the fact that magic came from the camel.
And you're the one that piloted us here. You basically left it. You didn't put us close enough to the wall. We're in the middle of the dune.
Someone heal poor Lampira.
I need Aegis to be my hero.
You know what happens if you don't heal Lampira, right?
How many?
Someone's going to have Panabon ride with them for the rest of the trip. And that's
Another crossbow
Do you
bolt.
want that?
No.
Another crossbow bolt sails between Panabon and Shaylun upon Lampira, but it does not hit the unfortunate camel. Aegis.
Aegis is
Oh,
behind.
wait. One moment. Nope, you're good. All right, go ahead.
Behind my shield, eyes closed, beads grasped in hand. Now is the hour we need you to defend us, Nipoe. Grant power to these warriors to succeed, and I will cast Bless on Lox, Nakasala. That's her name, right?
Naka Asala.
And Panabon. I think I only have 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
What?
from you,
She
targeting
wanted
one,
you to heal the
2,
camel.
Yeah, but this is like
3.
6 seconds of action, right? So I'm like
3 seconds,
doing a
yeah.
blessing, and that's all happening with my eyes closed as I'm sending a blessing out. So I mean, there's
Yep.
other times.
Bitching that I
Yep.
didn't get blessed.
Oh,
So-
well, you're a squishy caster. It's
Got it.
an offensive spell, yeah.
Right. So as you are battling these raiders, we are also raided in our channel.
Hey,
So
Shoot.
hello, raiders, thanks a lot. Please don't kill our camels.
Hey, thank you so much for the subs. Thank you, Reverend. Thank you, Monditi, Pinkie Pie, Stormtrooper, and Mr. Pink. Feel free to give. It's nat 20s, right? Yeah, nat 20s to each
Oh my
to any player of your choice or the GM. But please, Danny's trying to kill my camel, and Lampira, and she's
So
very special. So please help save Lampira.
Yeah. Hashtag save Lampira.
Thanks.
And then I will, seeing that damage is being sent in that direction, I will scooch over and put my
Place
shield
your
up.
down.
Yeah.
Okay. So Aegis moves forward with his ludicrously large shield and puts it up so that at least Lampira will have some protection from the rain of crossbow bolts. And did you cast the spell?
Oh yeah, that's right. You gotta actually do that, huh?
Yeah. So just hit the effect. Everyone's targeted properly, so that will happen. Boom. Done deal. You have put that effect on Naka Asala. You put that effect on Panabon, and you have put that effect onto Lox.
Hey,
All right.
what does it look like? Can I ask that?
Yeah. Tell us how that spell kind of happens.
Well, it's a bless spell, so which gives you a D4 on your attack.
Oh no, I know how bless works. I meant
Well, I know that.
visually.
I know that. I don't know. You don't see anything. You feel more sharp and a little more reactive. You know, you feel good.
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of a breeze lifts your hair, or you feel like something. Okay.
Your trigger finger feels a lot lighter.
All right. So Naka kind of turns in your direction, hearing you kind of incant and say the words that you're saying. Her eyes widen a bit, and then she just turns and determinedly runs up this dune. And obviously she sees somebody because she goes into action immediately. How many does she get? Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, so she just kind of runs up and just kind of spins, throws an elbow down, and then disappears, kind of disappears a little bit onto the other side of the dune. So yeah, those are things that have happened. However, she does damage now, so 1.
You see limbs and blood fly over the dune.
Yeah, I don't want to mess with Naka at all.
Yeah, no limbs or anything fly over the dune, but definitely, yeah, she just kind of disappears over the side there. And
do we hear screams of pain?
Yeah.
No, actually.
Ooh, even more
Panabon.
All right, how far am I from where Naka stepped on up to the dune? How far am I from that?
So this is her order of travel was basically this.
So I'm trying to figure out if I can. I don't have that much movement, even if because getting off the camel is 25 feet, right? Of movement.
Hopping off the camel, dismounting is half of your movement, and we will round down.
Okay, so I guess I'm not gonna do that. What I'm gonna do is I want to use. Actually, I am gonna hop down, and I'm gonna use my ball bearings to hit kind of up to see how sandy this is. Like if I try to run up it, what's gonna happen? Essentially.
Okay. All right. So you pull a ball bearing out of your pocket, you throw it, and it just into the sand, like just into the sand.
Yeah. Does it stay on impact, or is it loose enough that it would be like
No. It went into the sand. You do not see your ball bearing.
Okay.
The sand is loose enough that if you throw a ball bearing at it, the ball bearing will just bury it into the sand.
Okay. Can I run off of? I'm gonna jump down, and I actually want to go to wherever that dagger went, close to Lox.
Well, he threw it from the top of the dune, and it went wide, so it's probably like right here.
Where is it? Okay. No, I'm not going to get there then. Okay, I'm going to hop down, and I'm going to start making my way up the dune then, because that's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so hopping down and then moving, you can move 15, but that So once you're on this textured part of the sand, that is difficult terrain, so it's going to take up double movement.
Yep, that's fine. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Shayloon. There are a couple of the crossbow bolts that hit Lampira, they already like have fallen off, but one is like buried deep into like the shoulder right here.
I don't like it, and they're all out of sight again, huh? Because they're assholes. Well, I'm real mad about hearing what I heard. So
Are you gonna reply to what you heard?
what was that?
Are you gonna reply to what you heard? Because I don't know what they said, so I'm curious.
Give me 1 second here. So I think I'm going to. I'm cranky because I haven't like slept well in 2 days now, and they just shot my camel a whole bunch, and they said they want to kill my camel. So I'm gonna go ahead and sparkle darts at ooh, do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Let me make sure I want to do that. So I could do you know what? I'm gonna do yeah, I think I'm gonna do my ooh, yeah. Oh, that'd be cool.
Be careful, Daddy. Wind
Firestorm?
Wall. Wind wall.
Hey, don't bring up old shit.
No, I love the tension here.
All right. So here's my hope, Danny. Let's see if you crush my dreams yet again.
Always.
So I'm gonna do a level 2 ice knife because I'm mad.
Okay.
So I'm gonna throw that thing at them. So they take the damage on a hit, but hit or miss, the shard explodes. So my hope is that it hits them, and then as they like go back over the dune, it explodes and they hit all their friends.
If upon impact, where they're at, there are friends within range, they will be hit.
You guys see how he ruins my fun? Do you see this?
You can't control what they do, though.
You have like 2 nat 20s left, so you know.
All right.
See what you want to do. I think it's fun, but I also would have to agree with Danny. Sorry.
Okay. Never mind. I don't want your opinion. Level 2. I'm holding action for it.
Okay, level 2, holding action. Got it. All right, very good. Make an animal handling test.
I gotta whisper sweet nothings at my little camel. I think I have an inspiration, so I'm gonna use that if it doesn't go well. Oop, what did that do?
Okay. You didn't use an inspiration.
Oh, because I'm at disadvantage from my
exhaustion.
Higher.
Oh, Lampira, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my mind, Lampira.
So I'm going to use my inspiration. Do I still roll it at disadvantage?
So you would have rolled at a normal roll.
So it dropped to 17. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do?
Let's save Lampira.
I will say that you can go ahead and make just a d20 roll.
Okay. Here's my d20 roll. Whee!
Okay. You managed to keep Lampira from running away.
Good girl. I know it hurts. Don't worry, we're going to get through this. Oh, I'm sorry. Good girl. No, we're going to get through this. And I know it hurts, but Aegis will be here and they'll make it all better and you'll be feeling all better. No worries. I love you, Lampira.
Okay.
There's no time for camel romance. We are fighting.
Lachlan, what are you doing?
I look back and I say, Aegis, kill the damn camel. We don't like that's what I say. That's what I yell. And then I'm going to tranche up 5, 10, 15, 20 feet to
Okay.
here. What do I see,
Let's-
Danny?
You see the rest of this part of the map. Let's go ahead and give that to you.
Whoa, there's more.
Yeah, no, there's like 20 guys over here.
Great.
Why am I
I'm
going
getting
over here?
there.
Because otherwise I can't
No.
see them to shoot them. So
Why aren't you waiting for me?
because I need to see to shoot. And I want to kill the bandit
Inconsiderate.
captain first.
Okay.
Inconsiderate.
So there you are. You see this line. You see that the guy that Naka attacked,
Yeah,
he is rolling down the dune.
got it. I'm gonna yell 6 guys and train my gun on my mark.
Okay.
And I'm going to wait.
The semi-illusory raven kind of like it kind of fades in and out of view.
Mhm. Yeah. And then I'm going to again. I clicked it. Is that it?
So you
there?
just have to do the roll
Yeah.
and the.
Yeah. All right.
What
So-
are you trying to click on?
I'm aiming at the raider captain.
Yes. So you have set your aim. So now that is aim, and
All
now you
right.
can fire.
Nice. We are going to do an eldritch blast. So yeah. I am going to pass that. Why is it rolling that at the same
That
time?
D4 because you're
Oh,
blessed.
because of bless. Right.
Yes.
Forgot about bless. Thanks.
Yes. So you pull the trigger, but this time instead of firing a bullet, this dark arcane energy, almost winged, just streaks out towards the guy, and
And yeah, it is going to do. Wait, why is it rolling? It rolled.
you roll to attack, so you want to hit the damage one, which is the blood drop.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. Cool.
Okay. And it kind of like just sizzles into the fellow, and he turns and looks your way. His jaw sort of drop. His jaw sort of drops, and he throws his sword points his sword in your direction and yells something.
I'm not gonna understand him.
Yeah, and it's kind of muffled anyway. So
I'm gonna yell something back.
okay,
Your mother smelled of elderberries.
1,
Whatever. I want to now find the Nuri equivalent of that phrase. So
Okay.
we shall do this later.
So he charges after you, kind of one arm clutching his gut where you shot him, but he doesn't attack. It looks like it took pretty much his all his effort and energy to even get to you.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
all
that's my
right,
turn.
Shayloon. This guy's head appears,
All right.
cresting the dune.
I think I have another nat 20, right? I think I've gotten like 4 of them this round.
So if you're going to use your nat 20, then what you need to do is you need to open up plus minus symbol up at the upper right hand side of your screen.
Plus minus. Oh, hold on. I have to move my light because it's blocking it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
All right. And then you're going to click the critical because the nat 20 gives you critical.
I'm going to use this all the time now.
And then just, I'll know. And then just hit the damage on your ice knife for the attack. And make sure you have it at the second level.
Okay.
Though I think that the second level isn't the blade
No, I don't
itself.
have
It's
the 2
just
levels in here.
I think it's the let's take a look what you got. I
'Cause
think the
it's
second
only got-
level is for the whatchamacallit.
It's the piercing and then the cold damage. That's all that's
Right.
there. So,
So what
I'll
you're
have
gonna all right, that's fine. Go ahead and do the piercing damage first on the one guy.
number 1.
All right, so that was your so it hits him, and he actually like takes it to the neck, and falls backwards. As that happens, there is, of course, the explosion itself.
But I get to roll again for my 2d10 damage because.
All right. So first, what's going to happen? And it's going to be 3d6 damage.
Sure, here. The cold damage just increases. Okay, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, the cold damage part of it increases. So I've added to your thing a 2d6 and a 3d6 so that you now have the 3d6 version, but they do get a saving throw, and if they make the saving throw, then they take no damage. So go ahead and hit the save button. He does manage to duck out of the way and not take the damage from that.
Is this guy dead that I hit in the throat?
The guy that you hit in the throat, he definitely fell down, and you can't see it, but
because he would take the cold damage, and anyone 5 feet away from him would take.
Right. So on the meta level, I'm not having you roll that.
But they should all be very well and good and terrified now because I'm scary. That was my point. You don't fuck with my camel.
This is a true story. Scary things. Okie doke. This fella.
They're definitely coming for the camel. Be careful.
By the way, can we need to like add Minya so she gets a initiative roll?
Bring it, son.
Oh, it's being brought.
It's already been brought.
It's already been brought in, but he's the worst. So, next. Look at that. Close enough to hit you. No, stop.
Gray Dot is dead, right?
Gray Dot is out of the fight.
Okay.
Probably dead. Will be dead if someone doesn't help. As this guy swings his scimitar, but now everyone's up on the dune. It's all crowded.
Lox is like weaving and trying to figure out what he's going to do next.
All right. This guy who ducked under the thing looks at you, Shayloon, and tries to shoot you with his crossbow.
She's occupying the same space as Lampira, right? Sort of, right?
Sort of.
I'll use my reaction to use intercept. That is, where's my details? It's a new thing from Tasha's, I believe. When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage the target takes by 1d10 plus 2 for me with my shield. Okay.
Go ahead and roll a 1d10.
I didn't know you cared.
Where's there's a d10. Boop.
Ooh. 12.
Okay, so actually you see that guy crest and you immediately just kind of like your shield to the side and then raise it up, and you only have to raise it like 2 feet because it's such a big shield, and the arrow just clatters off of it and goes just skips over to the side. And then his eyes widen and then he disappears again from view.
Thanks, Aegis. That was scary.
Right. And now it's your turn, Aegis.
I will use my action to grab the rein of the camel and try to get it to sit down so I can block it better.
Make an animal handling test.
Down, Lampira, down. Boop. Hey.
Lampira takes a knee and because that hurts where the arrow is, but
that is the dying noise.
I want to cut out every case of camel sounds that we've made in this.
and just do a like a roll of that. Thanks. I will not make any more camel noises. It's not gonna happen. If you want a video of just me making like noises all day long, yeah.
We'll have Shay make it into a song.
Would be sick.
All right. Well, yeah, she just kind of slides down the hill a little bit and sweeps the leg of Lay Raider Captain, and then just puts an elbow right on his neck as he falls to the ground. And Lux, you can hear this kind of crackling crunch as she does so.
I wince.
And as if that isn't enough, these guys, not super duper tough. Oof.
We're gonna be feeling pretty cocky for level 3.
She then lashes out with her other foot and kind of kicks the knee of the guy there, and it kind of buckles him down for a moment, and he has now the stunned effect on him. Tenabon.
Hi, I'm coming. I'm Creston. Can I stab? I want to stab. Sweet. I'm gonna stab Raider 40 because they're right there.
Okay, that's who. I like it. Go ahead and do your stab motion. Stab motion.
And if I want, and when I do my inspiration, I do it.
You click the
now.
ADV button. Yep, down at the bottom.
ADV, and
Sorry.
I'm gonna stab. Actions. Stab with my dagger. I stab the. I do the. Yeah. Right.
Yes, you did the right one.
Maybe?
That is a hit. You have successfully stabbed. So now you want to add your sneak attack damage. So turn that on.
Oh, I really do.
Yeah. All right. So you absolutely shank him from behind, and he just crumbles. Just vital organs right up through lung, heart. Down he goes. You hear that, Lux.
I'm like, I have to shake my head because I started like smiling about it.
Shay.
All right. Still can't see these guys, and now they're probably gonna pop over the hill a little less because people are fighting them.
You want me to toss a dead body down?
I mean, the dead one doesn't help me. No.
Yes.
So now that Lampira is down on all fours, I'm just gonna jump down off her. And let's see. I want to stand behind Aegis still because he's got the nice big sword, or big shield rather.
Both true.
Can I see 40? He's right at the crest there.
Can you see who?
Raider 40.
You cannot, because Raider 40 is prone.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Well, you don't see. That's the point.
How dare you?
Shut up.
Speak to the manager.
Minya's faster, so I'm going to go ahead and help Minya get the movement down. Can I use? Is it a full action if I want to like kick Minya to like boost her speed?
If you want to throw Minya, then that would be an action, yes. But then Minya would get that travel for free, yes.
Kick, not throw.
kick.
No, hit Panabon in the head with
I already
Minya.
dropped her, remember? Because she was rolling away because I dropped her, but we didn't.
Oh, you're on the camo though. You can't kick her if she's on the ground. You're on a camo.
She dropped down.
Oh, she got off. She got off.
Oh, you have spent your okay. Sure, yeah, kick her.
Is it bonus action or an action?
It's an action because you're making an attack action with the kick.
All right, that's fair. Even though I don't like it. I'm not gonna help her then. I say, Minya, get him, and let her go roll up the sandy hill and bounce and do whatever she needs to do to get up there. And I'm gonna use my action to do. To do frostbite as soon as Minya can get up there for reaction.
Okay, I got it. I understand what's happening. Let's see here. Minya can move. All right.
Do you mind, Danny, for next week, can we get Minya a thing in Fantasy Grounds?
If you want to send me the device, and I could make it into that. But right now, so we do have a Minya. It's just the Minya true form.
The character sheet.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
It just wasn't up. We have all that.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
So Minya gets rolls a little bit up the dune, but it's very sandy, so she's slipping just a little bit. Locks.
I'm going to grab the guy because he's down on the ground right now, right?
Yeah, he's like grabbing his leg and screaming, and
I'm gonna grab him by the throat, put my gun to his head, and look at all of the people there and say, "Everybody, drop your weapons, or this man's gonna get a really bad headache."
Okay, so that is your action. Nobody moves. Like,
all right.
Literally 100%.
They're all dead.
Nobody moves at all. They don't respond.
One
they
guy's
don't,
like,
they don't say any words. They all just don't move as they all lie on the
now I
sand
mean it.
in their respective locations. And with that, and with the prisoner gained, perhaps we'll see what Lox wants to do with this guy now. Next week when we come back. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Once again, it was a blast. Everyone that joined us, all the subs, the raid, and thanks to the cast. Thanks to Tom, who runs our tech magnificently. And we'll see everybody next week for another round of Like Clockwork.
Thank you all.
Bye. Have a good week.